Putin must be very desperate if he's going to Kim Jong-un for weapons. It's not like he's able to produce very good quality weapons.
Now to the ongoing war in Ukraine, the Kremlin is confirming that Vladimir Putin has invited North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to Russia for a meeting in the coming days. And in fact, multiple news organizations are reporting that Kim appears to have boarded a special train bound for Russia, presumably for that meeting. NBC News has not yet confirmed that reporting. But the Biden administration has been warning that arms negotiations between the two leaders have been, quote, actively advancing. NBC News chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel joins me now from Dnipro, Ukraine. So, Richard, what do we know at this point about this potential meeting between Kim and Putin?
So it has finally been confirmed by the Kremlin. Putin's own spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, said that this is an official state visit. So when Kim Jong-un eventually arrives, and South Korean media are saying that his armored train was spotted departing, heading toward Vladivostok, which is just across the border. Russia and North Korea share a border. It's not very big. It's the smallest of Russia's land borders, but
Kim Jong-un is pretty chunky. I mean, you're able to get that chunky when you're starving your entire citizens of food.
it is still a direct border. I've been to this area. I've seen that North Koreans will often cross the border there. There are North Korean work gangs that work for Russian companies. So the Russian companies will pay North Korean employers and use them for heavy construction. So there are a lot of ties already. And according to Dmitry Peskov, this will be a state visit with official delegations carrying out negotiations, a bilateral meeting with President Putin, state luncheon, and one would assume that all the trappings that come with an official state visit in Russia, including some sort of military parade. This is exactly what North Korea has been looking for many years, this kind of recognition and international role to be desired and useful to its more powerful northern neighbor. And also, right now, Vladimir Putin needs something that North Korea has and has in abundance, which is artillery. This war here in Ukraine is extremely costly in lives and in terms of artillery. And you're seeing the United States, which is struggling to keep up with the artillery demands on the Ukrainian side, has been sending cluster munitions. And on the Russian side, they've been using drones. They've been buying drones from Iran. And now it looks like they are, or potentially going to quite soon, be receiving vast quantities of artillery and missiles from the North Koreans. And in exchange, according to U.S. officials, the North Koreans would not only get food aid, which they badly need, get some technical assistance for their own military program, potentially their nuclear program, submarine program. So they also have a lot to gain from, not just prestige.
Well, and Richard, we don't think of North Korea as being a country that can provide someone else aid. We don't have that much time, but is this an example of desperation by Putin in the Kremlin?
It is definitely a sign of desperation.
I think it's more pragmatic. It's desperation because they have to go to North Korea, which is a rogue state. But Vladimir Putin is now can't travel abroad because he's considered an international war criminal. So do you have a rogue state going to another rogue state? If you want to call that desperate, that's just really name calling. But what we're seeing here is Vladimir Putin reaching out to North Korea because North Korea has something that he needs right now. How many times have we told the story of all the guns pointing from North Korea down at the city of Seoul? Well, all those guns are artillery pieces, and they all carry the kind of ammunition and artillery rounds that Vladimir Putin needs right now to fire at Ukraine.
Okay, Richard.